All right, in this video, I want to do 4 examples. This is going to be a little bit long, and you might not want to watch the whole video. You might want to try to do these problems on your own, and then if you have trouble with them, or if you just want to check your answer, come back and look at the problems. Come back and then watch me do them after you've made an attempt. So anyway, let's get started. This first problem, we're given little c, little b, and capital A. So this is a side angle side problem. The way you can tell that is by either drawing the triangle and seeing it, or if you get two if you get two sides that are, two different letters, and then the angle you're given is a different letter from the other two, so you get A, B, and C all together, that's going to be a side angle side problem. So let's look at this. We've got, I'm just going to draw my triangle. And A is 30. And again, when I draw this triangle, I'm not attempting to make it accurate in any way. The only thing I need to do is make sure that I get, little c opposite of big C, little b opposite of big B, and so on. So the only thing, we're given this angle, so the first thing to solve for is A. All right, so A squared equals B squared. Wait, B was 20. Why do I have 0? So A squared is B squared plus C squared minus 2B C cosine A. So I'm going to throw all of that into my calculator at once. So let's see, 20 squared plus 7 squared minus 2 times 20 times 7 cosine 30. And that gives me 206.51. That gives me 206.51. That is my that is A squared. So we need to take the square root of this. To me, the easiest way to do that is to just take this and raise it to the half power. Raise it to the 0.5. That gives me 14.37. So A is 14.37. And now I need to find the two remaining angles. Now remember, the directions say we've got to use the law of sines to come up with one of these remaining angles. And you want to find the smaller angle first. That way it's going to be, since it's a smaller angle, it's going to be less than 90 degrees. So you don't have to worry about seeing if there's a second angle that satisfies the law of sines and all that. So which one of these is smaller, B or C? Well, let's see. C is opposite side of length 7. B is opposite side of length 20. So C is the smaller of the two remaining angles. Smaller than B. So we'll find C next. So sine C over C is equal to, I've got to use A for this other one, sine A over A. What is A? 14.37. So I'm going to multiply both sides of this by 7. And I'm left with sine C is 7 sine 30 divided by 14.37. It gives me 0.24 and some decimals. I'm just going to leave that in here, and I'm going to do inverse sine of answer like this. And then I get this for my angle. I'm going to round that to 14.1. So C equals 14.1 degrees. And the last thing to do is find the angle B. Now you could use, you could use the law of cosines, you could use the law of sines. Both of those would work to get this B because we've got all the information. But by far the easiest way to do it is just do B is 180 minus 30 minus 14.1. So that's 150 minus 14.1. It's 135.9. All right, so that's the that's the answer. All right, let's look at this next one. A is 21 degrees, B is 17, and C is 11. So 21 degrees for A, put B here and C here. So little b is 17, little c is 11. So again, we've got to come up with what's A. Well, A squared equals B squared plus C squared minus 2 BC cosine A. All right. There's my cat in the background. Let's see. 17 squared plus 11 squared minus 2 times 11 times 17 cosine 21. All right. That gives me A squared is 60.8 blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to take the square root of that on my calculator. Raised to 0.5. 7.8. Oh, wow, that's why am I saying wow? It's because the decimal approximation here, 7.8, there's a bunch of zeros after that, so that's pretty accurate. We're not losing much by rounding it to 7.8. Okay, once we've got that, now we need to find the smaller of the two remaining angles. And if you look at this, angle C is going to be smaller because it's opposite the smaller side. So angle C is going to be the thing to find next. So I'll do that by doing sine C over C is equal to sine A over A. A was 7.8. Multiply both sides of that by 11. And so I'm left with sine C is 11 sine 21 divided by 7.8. That gives me 0.505, etc. So if I take the inverse sine of that, that's just I'm just thinking out loud here, but sine C is just a little bit bigger than a half, so this is going to be just slightly bigger than 30 degrees. My guess is, I'm going to guess 31 point something. Let's see. Okay, 30 point something, so 30.4. So C equals 30.4 degrees. And the only thing left is to find angle B. I'm not even going to write this down. I'm just going to put it on my calculator. Angle B is going to be 180 minus 30.4 minus, what was the other angle? 21. So angle B is 128.6. All right. That's it. All right, next up. Okay, this is a side-side-side problem. Before I do it, let's go back and look at the directions for a second. Because what was the thing with the side-side-side? The important bit for a side-side-side is you want to use the law of cosines to find the largest angle first. So let's go back down here and do it. So if we draw this out, I'm just going to draw my random little triangle, and I'm going to label it with the sides, of the correct size. So like the longest side is 7, so I'm going to make this 7. The shortest one's 4, and the middle one is 5. So we're supposed to find the biggest angle first. So the biggest angle on this one is going to be C. So what I want to do is C squared. Notice that means I want to use the version of this that's C squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cosine C. Because this is what we're solving for here. All right, so I guess I can leave that down here. So we get C squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine c. So let's see, that's 49 equals 25 plus 16 minus 40 cosine c. So 49 minus 25 minus 16. Yeah, that gives me 8 is equal to minus 40 cosine c. All right, so cosine c is 8 over negative 40. I guess I could reduce that to negative 1/5. You know what? I'm going to do that. Negative 1/5. That's 0.2. So inverse cosine of negative 0.2 gives me 101.5. Sounds like a radio station. So 101.5 degrees. So that's my C. And now I find either one of these other angles. So let's just find angle A. So sine A over 5 equals sine C over C. What was C? 7. So multiply both sides of this by 5. So I get 5 sine 101.5 divided by 7. So I get sine A equals 0.6999. If I take the inverse sine of that, I get 44.4. And so then angle B is going to be 180 minus 101.5 minus 44.4 is 34.1. All right, so that's my answer there. All right, let's do this last one. A, B, and C. A and B are close together. So I'm going to draw this like this. Let's see, this is B, which is 11. This is A, which is 10. This is C, which is 4. So little c over there, or big C over there, big A there, big B here. All right, what are we supposed to do? We're supposed to find the largest angle first, right? Largest angle first? Yeah. So that largest angle is going to be angle B. All right, so I want to use B squared equals A squared plus C squared minus 2AC cosine B. All right, so plugging into all that, I'm just going to go ahead and square these since they're small numbers that we can square. B squared is 16 equals A squared plus C squared. Yeah, B squared is not 16. B is 11. So B squared is 121 minus 2 times A times C cosine B. All right, so 121 minus 116. I can do that. That's 5. That's moving these guys over. And let's see, what is this? That's a minus 80 cosine B. I could reduce that fraction to 1 over 16, but it doesn't matter. So let's see. I'm going to take the inverse cosine of negative 5 over 80. And that gives me 93 degrees, or rather 93.6. All right. So once I've got that, now we can find either one of these other angles. B is 93.6. I'm just looking at the triangle to see if that makes sense, and it does. Yeah. All right, 93.6. Now we can find A or C. Let's just do A. Sine A over little a equals sine B over little b. So you get, multiply both sides of this by 10. And so you get sine A is 10 sine 93.6 divided by 11. 0.907, blah, blah, blah. Leave that in my calculator. Take the inverse sine of answer. Gives me 65.13. So I'm going to round that to 65.1 degrees. And so that's A and B. So C is going to be 180 minus 65.1 minus 93.6. 21.3 degrees. All right. And that's it.